Hi guys, welcome to my next video. So as I mentioned in my last video, I received this discovery box for intense fragrances for men when I ordered 2 perfumes from the Notino website. So if I open it up, so inside we've got Guilty, which is an EDP. We have Acqua di Gio, which is Giorgio Armani's Absolute, which is also an EDP. We've got the Paco Rabanne Invictus, which is an EDT. We've got the Paul Gaultier La Malle La Parfum, which is a EDP version as well. And then we've got the Novellista Unique Wood, which is also an EDP. So I'm going to start with Guilty. So Guilty was actually launched in 2011. The bottle actually looks like this. So if you go to buy the full version of this perfume, the bottle will look like this. When I first tested this perfume the other day, from the first smell I got a very rosy and woody smell from it. It was a soft masculine smell and one that you could wear to the office for, you know, a nice and fresh masculine manly smell. I did think it was more of a winter scent due to the woody notes inside the perfume. If I just spray it again now. Yeah, it's very nice. It's not too harsh on the nose at all. It's very soft. And you can smell the rose and the wood from the first spray. So Guilty for men would actually particularly suit a more mature man rather than the younger gen. In terms of distance of how far you can smell it, I would say about 1 meter away. In terms of length of time that the perfume lasts, so the initial smell will last for a good 2 hours and then it starts to go down a little bit. Overall, Guilty for men lasts for about approximately 8 hours. So if I go through the notes, so the top notes are actually lavender and Amalfi lemon, the mid notes are African orange, and the base notes are cedar, patchouli and vanilla. So it's quite odd that, you know, it doesn't have any woody notes in either the top, mid or the base, but when you do smell it you will get like a woody vibe from it. So if I move on to the next one, so next we've got the Invictus, which is a men's EDT by Paco Rabanne. This was actually introduced in 2013, and if you go to buy the full version, that is what the bottle will look like. So this is the tester. So I actually tested this a few days ago, but when you first spray it, you get a fresh aquatic scent from it, a very summery scent, one that a man can wear on a nice hot summer's day out. I feel that it's more suitable for the younger to mid generation. In terms of how far you can smell it, again I would say that the Invictus for men you can smell as far as 1 meter away. In terms of how long it lasts, now this compared to Guilty doesn't last that long initially, so the initial smell will last about 1 hour and then from there it will start to go down, and overall the lasting smell is about 6 hours, which is a little bit less compared to the Guilty, which is approximately 8 hours. So if I go through the notes, so the top notes are C notes, grapefruit and mandarin orange, the mid notes are bay leaf and jasmine, and the base notes are ambergris, guaiac wood, oak mass and patchouli. So those are some new ones that we haven't heard before. Well, I certainly haven't. So yeah, it's definitely a nice smell. It's a very summery smell, and it does give you a fresh vibe. So if I move on to the next one, so the next one we've got is the Novellista Unique Wood. So if you go to buy the full version, the bottle will look like that. And this is a tester. And this is the tester. So if I spray it a little bit more up. So I tested this as well a couple of days ago. And from the first spray you get a fresh scent with a hint of wood, as goes with the name. It's a bit more sparkly. It's a bit more sparkly than woody. I feel that this is actually a summer scent and can be worn in spring or fall. In terms of age range, I think it's suitable for any age range. It actually gives me vibes of Dior Sauvage or more similar to Rosassi Hawass. which is actually a Middle Eastern brand, and the Rasasi Hawas is actually more longer lasting than this, and I'll get to the length of time in a second. So in terms of distance, you can smell it at least 1 meter away, and with the length of time, it's a bit underperforming. So the initial smell will last not more than an hour, and the lasting effect of this perfume is only 6 hours. So as I said, it does give you vibes of the Dior Sauvage, or it's actually more similar to the Rasasi Hawas, which again I'll repeat, is a Middle Eastern brand and is longer lasting than this. So the Rasasi Hawas does last more than 6 hours. So the top notes in the Unique Wood are pink pepper, lavender, and geranium. The mid notes are Sichuan pepper, black pepper, and violet leaves, and the base notes are amberwood, vanilla, and tonka bean. If you do want something that's longer lasting than the Unique Wood and less sparkly, then I would definitely recommend the Dior Sauvage or the Rasasi Hawas. So next, if I move on to Absolute, which is an EDP for men by Giorgio Armani. So this was actually launched in 2018. If you go to buy the full bottle, it will look like that. And if I try this on my other arm, so again I tried this a couple of days ago, and from the first spray you get a very light and fresh smell with a combination of citrus and aquatics. It's definitely a summer scent due to the aquatic notes and the freshness, and it would be a little bit too light for winter. It's not harsh at all, and it is worth the price if you're purchasing it at a discount. In terms of suitability, I would say that it's suitable for the younger to mid generation. It's a nice day scent that a man can wear on a nice summer's day out. In terms of how far you can smell this, you can smell it as far as 1 meter away. In terms of performance, so it's average performance, I would say. So the initial smell lasts for about 2 hours, and then from there it goes down, and the lasting effect is approximately 8 hours. So the top notes are actually C notes, bergamot, pear, grapefruit, and apple lemon. The mid notes are lavender, rosemary, and geranium, and the base notes are woody notes, tonka bean, patchouli, and amberwood. So this is definitely another aquatic summer scent, and a nice one if you're looking for something fresh. If I move on to the last one that we received, this is Le Mal by Paul Gaultier, which is an EDP for men. This was actually launched in 2020, which wasn't that long ago. So if you buy the full bottle, that's what it will look like. So again, I did try this a couple of days ago, and I will just spray it again on my arm, on my hand. So from the first spray, you definitely get a winter vibe. You get lightly spicy notes with lavender, making it slightly fresh. It's definitely a day fragrance. It can be worn in spring and summer as well, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's a little bit warm and sweet, which makes it a bit more wintry. The sweetness you can actually smell more after 2 hours once the initial smell starts to go down. There's no particular age range for this perfume, and in terms of how far you can smell it, again, you can smell it as far as 1 meter away. In terms of performance, the initial smell lasts for a good 2 hours, and then from there it starts to go down, and the lasting effect is about 8 hours, which is average. Move on to the notes. The top notes are cardamom, the mid notes are lavender and iris, and the base notes are vanilla, oriental notes, and woody notes. So yeah, definitely you can smell the cardamom in the first spray, and that's what gives it the winter vibes. So to summarize, in terms of season, the Gucci Guilty for men and the Le Mal by Paul Gaultier are both winter scents. The Absolute by Giorgio Armani and the Invictus by Paco Rabanne are both summer scents. And the Unique Wood is a summer scent but can be worn in spring or fall as well. Even though it's a woody smell, you would think that it would be more suitable for the winter season, but because of its sparkliness, it makes it more suitable for summer, spring, or fall. Everything that I've said in this video are my own opinions, as I do in all of my other videos, and of course, just on a final note, I would like to say that the way the perfume performs on your skin depends on your skin chemistry as well. So although I've given you average timescales about how long they last and how far you can smell it, and also my opinions around its suitability, you might find it a little bit different depending on your skin performance. But when I tried this on myself and also on paper testers, these were the opinions that I had. So thank you for watching my video. Please stay tuned for my next video. And if you do have any questions, please drop it in the comments box below. Thank you.